All right, we return with plenty of news to get to in this week's podcast Unlocked. I want to start with the biggest, probably the most impactful story of the big fall holiday season. That's kind of redundant. That's dumb. I should take that again.
Holiday season.
Restart everything.
Fall season? Holiday season.
Yep.
Whatever. You know what I mean.
We know what you mean.
It's early in the week for us.
Kind of amateur hour
and
around here.
We've been pressured and working our butts off.
Big fourth quarter release. Let's phrase it that way.
There you go.
Battlefield Hardline. Don't call it a spin-off. Don't call it a true sequel. Call it whatever you want. But, it's being done by Visceral, the guys that were doing Dead Space.
Mm-hmm.
And it is now not coming out this year.
Delayed to 2015.
So sad.
Yeah, that's actually kind of disappointing. I am not a Battlefield guy, but I was blown away by the demo that I saw at E3.
IGN blown away.
Yeah, it seemed really high octane, like very sort of,
IGN
action
says
packed.
Battlefield Hardline is high octane.
Exactly.
They're just pulling marketing. There's a marketing guy listening, going around. Oh,
you're talking to a producer. I'm really good at this.
Dang it.
I can latch onto those one-liners.
Marketing people are salivating as they transcribe the show.
Yeah, and it kind of, I was really stoked on it, and when I saw it, and I was kind of interested to get my hands on it and see more of it.
Yeah.
And to see that it's kind of been delayed, that's a little sad.
Yeah, so they claim that they're putting more time into the single player, a little more, sort of making some campaign tweaks. They're going to add some multiplayer stuff, whether it's features or game modes or what have you. And they did cite stability and polish as well. They're clearly very, very gun shy after Battlefield 4, as they should be. I mean, that was
taking precautions.
That
now
set them
before
back
it's too
a
late.
long way. Naomi, so are you a Battlefield person? How do you feel about this particular news?
I feel that it's a good move. I don't really play Battlefield games, but I think that definitely if they've decided that it's not ready yet, take all the time you need. I'm very much for whenever a company does that. Whenever a developer decides to delay their game, I feel like they know their game better than anyone else. So if they feel it needs more polish, then go for it.
Well, and to that point, I mean, it's really, I think it's very smart of EA to say, because you look at the landscape this year, you've got a Battlefield game that doesn't have a number on it, and if Halo showed us, Halo Reach did not sell anywhere near what 3 did or what 4 did, which of course 4 came after Reach. So you've got a non-numbered Battlefield game in a fall season that has the following games coming out. The following first-person shooters coming out. So direct competition.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Destiny, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, Halo the Master Chief Collection, Evolve, Far Cry 4. All of those are hitting within a 3-month span. And actually, if you take out Destiny, which you don't because it could be the biggest one of all, Destiny's the first one out in September, and then the rest, those other 4, are all out within about 5 weeks of each other.
Insane.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I myself have looked at this because I've been talking up the Master Chief Collection for a long time. Like, I'm super stoked to play that, being a really big Halo fanboy. But, the Call of Duty Advanced Warfare trailer I thought was really cool. I haven't played Call of Duty since Modern Warfare 2, so I'm looking to jump back in. But then again, I'm going to play a lot of Destiny, too. There's too many games like that already, right there, those 3. Those are going to take way too much of my time. I don't have time for another first-person shooter, and so I can see the merit of wanting to move it out of that window for sure.
But I wonder if EA shareholders are just upset right now because that's a huge moneymaker for them. Battlefield hasn't reached the Call of Duty level of sales, but it's still one of EA's biggest releases every year. And so to move it out of fourth quarter, you got to figure the shareholders are not thrilled about this because that leaves. I believe The Sims 4, which is a game that sells really well that none of us really think about in our sort of hardcore community. But really, it mainly leaves as their main core game, Dragon Age, which itself got delayed.
Down,
just a month, out 5 weeks, out to mid-November, which we'll cover off in a minute. But I'm even leaving out Alien Isolation, because that's first person, but it's not really a shooter. So it's...
Yeah.
It is just crowded. So, of all those games, now that we're taking Battlefield out of that equation, and I had some people tweeting me saying, oh, now it's going to go head-to-head with Rainbow Six. Like, well, no, Rainbow Six is not going to come out till, I would bet money,
late 2015.
Yeah, that's like a
Yeah.
holiday 2015 title. It's not coming out in early 2015, which is when EA did specifically say it's going to be early 2015. So
Yeah.
probably February or March.
I
would
imagine the
suspect.
shareholders aren't happy, but at the same time, like, moving the release date to avoid these bigger titles is smarter for the bottom line, and hopefully they understand that at least on
Yeah.
some level. Like, obviously it's not ideal. You want to hit your time frame whenever you've established it, but again, yeah, there's a lot of big games, a lot of bigger title name sort of drawing games that people are going to be playing and talking about and sort of, you know, being more visible in the media. It's a smart move. It's a smart move on EA's part.
Which so of all those shooters, because I know we loves us the shooters in this room. Naomi, which of these are going to get the most of your time? Rank them. Rank for the most amount of time.
Because I was going to say I can't just choose one.
Because yeah, you're going to play them all, but
Yeah.
you know, but there's just physically isn't time.
There
You
isn't.
have to make some choices here.
100%. I actually agree with Sean. I
Whatever
didn't
your name is.
like the last Call of no, sorry.
Hello,
the
nice to meet you. I'm Sean.
Hi, Sean. The last time I played a Call of Duty game was Modern Warfare 2 as well. So, and I saw, you know, what they showed at E3 this year, and I was totally blown away.
Yeah.
That said, I'm a Far Cry girl.
Yeah?
I love Far Cry.
You and anything
Far Cry
Montreal,
3, Blood
baby.
Dragon, anything, I am for it. So Far Cry 4 is going to get my like top count on this.
All right.
And then Evolve just, you know, to have something to play with friends on my spare time.
Yeah.
If, you know, once I'm done Far Cry 4, I can move on to like a game in between and then move over to Call of Duty Advanced Warfare and then maybe, definitely Destiny might fall a little bit before Call of Duty. It all depends. I'll try to feel it out. And then, yeah. Am I missing one? Oh, yeah. The Halo Master Chief.
You gonna
collection.
play any of it, or is it not? Or are you not much of
I-
a Halo person?
No, I actually played the first Halo games, and
Yeah.
I think you know that. I think I might just go back to see what it looks like, just out of
So more of a
curiosity. But it'll
curiosity.
be out of curiosity.
Okay.
Therefore, putting it in like my number 5 spot.
All right. Wow.
So I just
Finnegan.
yeah.
I imagine the reverse is true for you.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's pretty much. I am not really interested in Evolve or Far Cry 4. So
Damn
I
it.
am going to play a
Different
lot of.
taste.
Montreal.
Yeah, I mean they look cool. I'm just, you know, when it comes to shooters,
Au revoir, Montreal.
Oh god.
We are here to stay.
Yeah.
That was a terrible accent.
Yeah, I'm not really interested in asymmetrical shooters. Like I have a very I come from the land of Counter-Strike. I like
Yeah.
I guess some people call it repetition, but it's not really repetition to me. It's like solid gameplay that's kind of more centered around skill and competitive gameplay.
I think you're
It's-
trying to an arena
Trying to
shooter.
tell-
Yeah,
Yeah.
arena
Arena
shooters.
shooter.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
that's what we would call them. Although I wouldn't call
Well, I guess
Counter-Strike an
Counter-Strike's
arena
not
shooter,
really.
Yeah.
It's more one shot, one kill. But
Totally. But you get what I'm driving at, right?
yeah,
Like,
definitely.
So shooters like that are what interests me more. So I'm going to play a lot of the Master Chief Collection. We'll see what Babia says about Advanced Warfare, because I'm probably not going to go out and buy that and start playing it until I hear that it's pretty cool. Although I do.
So you've been
have
burned
interest.
enough the last. Well, like I said, you
Oh,
haven't. You
totally.
haven't. Yeah, you're not ready to commit to that.
Absolutely.
Without,
Like I'm one of these guys who like if you're an annualized franchise like, you know, Call of Duties or Assassin's Creed,
Yeah.
like you have to do something very, very interesting for me personally to be interested in the game, because I don't have a lot of time. You know what I mean? That said, being a big sort of Halo guy, I'm really, really excited to see what Bungie does. So I'm going to spend a ton of time playing Destiny, and I think between those three, it's going to be Master Chief Collection, Destiny, and maybe Advanced Warfare at the tail end there. If it's something people in
Maybe
the
Far
office are
Cry.
playing, or if it's cool.
right.
I didn't play. I kind of dabbled in Far Cry 3. Didn't really strike a chord with me. It's cool,
Interesting.
good mechanics, but I'm looking for something different.
Yeah, I skew a little more similarly to you, Sean. I'm definitely Destiny and Master Chief Collection. I can pretty much guarantee are going to be the two that tie up
Yeah.
the bulk of my time out of these 5 shooters. I'm so excited to be able to play Halo 1 and 2
man.
again.
That's gonna be like
Yeah,
that's the thing.
I'm
is, I
excited
think
for
I
that
said this on
too.
the last podcast.
I don't
but
care
the
that
very
they're
first
old.
thing I'm gonna do is go through the campaign for all 4 of the games, like
Yeah.
right in a row.
Yeah.
Because
Achievement unlocked.
get those achievements, like go through the story again, kind of play it in its brand new scope and its brand new graphics, and get into that world again, that universe, I should say. Super stoked on that.
Yeah. So, and then Master Chief Collection and then Destiny. I've already seen it. I was fortunate enough when we went to Bungie for IGN first. I got a taste of what high level looks like.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, I'm not going to be bailing on that game anytime soon based on what's going on with some of the high-level stuff in there. So
if there's a lot of content in that game, like I imagine there will be, it's going to speak right to my sensibilities. The game I've been playing most lately is Diablo 3 because I love the ability to jump in, do one rift or one sort of segment of the game, improve my character over many, many hours of play, like grind for loot and play with my friends, and then be able to walk away at any point and not have to feel like I'm compelled to play anymore.
Yeah.
And if Destiny works the exact same way, where it's this brilliant world and this awesome story, and I'm walking around like exploring that and finding guns and new ammo and loot and all this great stuff, that sounds like it's a great way for me to sink in like hundreds or thousands of hours.
Yeah. So I'm going Far Cry 4 campaign. After that, I probably won't bother with multiplayer, and I don't mean any disrespect to the multiplayer that will be in that game, but it's just like I only have so many. I'll play the campaign because I loved 3.
Yeah.
3 was fantastic, and then
for the story elements, if anything.
Yeah, and then Advanced Warfare. I'm in the same boat. Like I've said it way too much on this show. I've not been a fan of the last 3 Call of Duty campaigns. But this one's a new studio, actual next-gen game, looking like it's doing some interesting stuff.
It just looks really good.
So I think I'm going to play the campaign, which is probably 6 hours. The Call of Duty campaigns tend to be short. And so the one I'm kind of worried about for myself, just finding time for myself, is Evolve, which sucks because I am super excited for Evolve. I've played it a few times. It's a blast. But my concern is, if there's no single-player campaign and it's, sort of a Titanfall style online only, the fact that it's so team-driven.
Yeah.
Like Titanfall, it's great if you have a team, if you're Alfredo and you have your crew and you just roll other crews, you just roll other people. But with Evolve, because it's an asymmetrical game and those classes, those roles are so important to succeeding against the monster in that game. If I can't, there's all this competition. If I can't wrangle up a group of friends to play all the time, to have like on tap at Evolve, then I'm not sure. I feel like it may sadly suffer amongst these from me, for my play.
I don't think I think your concern is 100% validated. I saw, we did a feature. IGN plays Evolve up at 2K, and it was cool. It was great, and the game plays and feels and looks awesome. It's a lot of fun, but it's one of those games where if there's one person on your team whose only goal is to mess with you or like to troll, like welcome to the internet, then it's going to be really hard to win in that game, and therefore really hard to have fun
and really frustrating. And
I think
it's like solo queuing in Dota.
Yeah.
Now we are very fortunate.
It's impossible to win.
We're very, very fortunate. We have this wonderful thing called the Podcast Unlocked Facebook group.
Oh.
Facebook.com/group/podcast
I see where what you're doing right now.
Like I said, I think that it might just need to, because I generally tend to keep to myself in my online games, but this might be a time where I'm sure there might be a few people out there that might want to hang out and play some games.
Hold
with
a
us.
casting call. Make sure that these players are legit. Make sure you get a good medic. All this stuff. People who know how to play their roles.
Listen,
You'll
I'm
be
sorry.
fine.
You were okay as a trapper, but I'm looking for something more.
Yeah.
Next.
Establish a relationship on Facebook and then go there from there.
We'll see. I might have to call upon the Podcast Unlocked Facebook group to. Because then, if I've got real awesome people to play with all the time...
Yeah, well, that's what I liked about Left 4 Dead.
Right.
I had my troop of people.
Yes.
And that's what made it fun. And if I could get those people to come back and play Evolve with me, then I'm set.
Yeah.
And it's, for me, one of those games, like for you, Sean, Diablo, I think it's one of those games I could just hop into and have a good time.
We are also forgetting, granted, we're talking about shooters, but Diablo is out on Xbox One next month. In a month from now, that game is out on Xbox One.
I'm going to do so many Let's Plays for IGN with that.
With the what's its face? What's it called again? Reaper of Souls?
Reaper of Souls expansion, and then the console is called Ultimate Evil Edition.
Yeah, so, my goodness. But so, short version, Battlefield, probably wise, because I honestly, just for my taste, just purely my own person, Battlefield probably would have been at the bottom of this list for me. Now, the fact that it's moving to first quarter of next year, I'll give it a look.
That'll be your top for that month.
Because I'll have time.
Yeah.
I still will not, but yes.
Poor Battlefield.
I see what you're driving at.
Cops versus criminals.
Yeah, it looks cool.
It is a cool premise, I think.